Hello guys, and welcome back to another For Honor Heroes build video. Today's hero is the Lawbringer, and the mode we're focused around is Dominion. Now before we go out anywhere else, I just want you guys to notice, does my boy Lawbringer not look like Lu Bu from Dynasty Warriors? Now in my imagination of this game, I've always tried to make my Lawbringer look like Lu Bu. And as you can see, as far as the weapon goes, it looks like I got that part right at least. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get to the 3 perk selections that I choose for Dominion. Now, on the top 3 feats, I actually picked 2 out of the 3, and that is Bastion and Feline Agility. And the reason why I go with these over Remedy and the other option of having Last Stand, Bulk Up, or Rising Dawn. So with Bastion, you gain a 10% damage resistance when you're in a zone. Now we're in Dominion, so we always know about maintaining and capturing zone is the key objective in this mode. So being able to have a 10% damage resistance just for being in the zone, it doesn't have to be your zone, it doesn't have to be a captured zone, it could be neutral, it could be the enemy zone. As long as you're in a zone besides B where the minions are, that one would not procs the Bastion perk. But any other zone like A and C are usually the ones that you hold down, and while you're in those zones you will gain a 10% damage reduction, which allows you to last even longer in a fight. It also goes well with your Ventral Barrier, which allows you to gain a 25 health shield once you exit Revenge. So if you're taking damage reduction in a fight on a zone and you're getting ganked, you're going to proc Revenge more than if you didn't have Bastion on. And when you come out of your Revenge, you're gonna have a 25 health shield. Now hopefully your teammates are there by the time that happens, but if not, you still get a 25 health shield besides a little bit of health you get after you come out of Revenge, on top of the 10% resistance still active because you're in the zone fighting. Now Feline Agility, I go with that one over Last Stand and Bulk Up and Rising Dawn because it allows me to move from any objective point with haste. You get a 4% movement speed for the first renown level, which is your first feat that you unlock. And upon renown level 2, 3, and 4, you get 2% more. For a total of a 10% speed increase for the entire match while you have the perk and while your renown level is literally at 4, you know. This allows you to run to zone A, C, B, reinforce your allies, and or prevent an enemy from capturing a zone. And the fact that the Lawbringer has a feat that allows him to capture zones faster and boost zones faster, this allows you to get to any point you need to as quickly as possible and be the most effective Lawbringer that you can within this mode. Now Last Stand requires you to be in critical health in order to gain the damage reduction, and you already have Bastion. Yes, this will stack for a total of 50% damage resistance if you're in critical health and you have Last Stand and Bastion on, but having that 10% extra for a total of 50, which is only going to be active when your life bar is flashing red and black, which means you're in critical health. In my opinion, I don't like perks like this because let's say you're doing really good and you want to be a good player. You're not planning on being in critical health. Why would you want to be in critical health? And that's the only time this perk is going to procs. Now Bulk Up is a nice perk. You get a total of 16 health increase once you reach renown level 4. 16 health, let's be real. With a light from a Shaolin, which takes about 24 to 21 damage, that's not even a full light attack reduced from your basic health bar. So having the resistance and the Ventral Barrier and being able to reinforce and prevent the enemies from capturing zones, in my opinion, for Dominion is the way to go. Rising Dawn relies on you reviving allies. Now let's hope your allies are always getting down, and you don't want a perk in Dominion where it's basically only going to be useful when your teammates are down. We want to stay alive, we want to hold our zones, you want to try to help keep your teammates alive and win the match. So this perk in this mode is rendered useless. Ventral Barrier, now this is the one I just used to explain how it would work good in a zone with Bastion, but the reason why I love this perk is because you happen to get gained a lot in 4v4 modes, especially Dominion. Half the time people like the death ball in games, and what this does is when you get in Revenge and you get out of it, sometimes players like to be a little cautious and move around you when you have Revenge and try not to fight you, and then they'll try to gank you again once you get out of Revenge. But having a little bit more extra health for your allies to come and back you up, and or for you to proc revenge again just to leave you stay alive longer is way more beneficial in this mode than any other perks that you see here. Now going on to the feats. The first feat I choose Conquer. I choose this over Harsh Judgment and Body Count. The reason why I choose over Harsh Judgment is because Harsh Judgment is not a passive like Conquer is. It does reduce the stamina, reduces target stamina for a short moment. Now literally not a short period, a short moment, because the first feat slot skills and cooldowns are so quick, it's barely about a minute that you'll get this effect on the enemy. Plus the enemy can run away and it only affects one target. This is Dominion. You're not worried about trying to prevent the enemy from using attacks. I mean, honestly, all this does when I get attacked with it is puts me into more of a defensive mode. So you're basically gonna make the player, if they know what you're doing to them, try to be defensive and into a turtle because they don't want to spend all their stamina and get exhausted. And Conquer, what that does is it allows you to capture zones and boost last longer, but it also allows you to boost the zones more faster than any other character standing in the zone boosting the zone. They changed the wording, but this still applies. Some characters you'll see the wording is still the same. Body Count, this allows you to gain health and stamina off of killing troops. Now, right now as the game goes, I don't know how it's going to be once the patch comes and season 11 comes. I don't know how Lawbringer is going to be able to fight the minions, but right now as it stands, the combos that he has to fight off the minions is terrible. You'll end up taking more damage trying to take out 2 to 3 troops than you would with this feat or without it. Like even with having health and stamina on the kill, you are still taking a significant amount of damage trying to kill troops with the Lawbringer. He is very slow, and I don't think he is really designed to use a feat like this. Going on to the second feat, I use Righteous Deflection. It's a passive, and I use this over Feats and Juggernaut. Juggernaut I used to roll with. It's really fun to have hyper armor and not be able to get grabbed for a short period of time. People hitting you and then seeing your attack come, thinking they're going to light hit you like an Orochi before you hit your heavy, still going to get hit with your heavy. It also makes you take high damage reduction. Now, Righteous Deflection does the same thing, and this is a passive. The only thing you gotta do is parry, and half the time, let's be honest, you're probably already parrying and blocking attacks anyway. So to be able to have more high damage reduction on top of this applies anywhere you are. So you have this on top of Bastion, which is another 10% on top of your Righteous Deflection. Damage resistance, you're pretty tanky, you know. Choosing this over the Feline Agility, which is you throw a grenade that does no longer deal damage since they nerfed it. It only blinds and exhausts the opponents. It can even blind and exhaust your teammates and yourself as well. It does not kill minions anymore, so it's one of the reasons why I do not use this feat anymore. Going on to Juggernaut, I just explained what it did. It is a nice feat, but you only activate it. You have to wait for it to come back. You are slow. Now this is one thing, Lawbringers are already slow, but the fact that when a player does notice you activate this, they will run away and you will not be able to catch them, and that renders the perk useless. Being able to have Righteous Deflection allows you to guarantee some damage reduction regardless of where you are, and it doesn't slow you down. Going on to the third feat, I use Pugno Mortis. I use that over Protective Revive and Second Wind. The reason why I use it over Protective Revive is because we are in Dominion. Half the time, to win in Dominion, your teammate can't be getting slain. So if your teammates are dying half the time, and that's why you pick this perk, you need to find new teammates. No, but seriously, you do it with some bad randoms, but you don't want a character build based on a feat that's going to rely on your teammates being down. What is that really saying? That basically saying that you expect your teammates to be down. Now, like if you're playing with a group, you're in a clan, and you want to be like this tanky healer guy who gives your teammates an extra bar of life from the shield that you grant them from Protective Revive, then yeah, go for it. But if you're not always playing with your players and you want a Dominion build to control B and also crowd control people who are ganking when you can, with Pugno Mortis' grenade. Now Second Wind, it gives you some health. It is nice in 1v1s and you're fighting and they're kicking your butt. To give another edge to yourself, you can go ahead and Sorry, I got a mosquito trying to bite me real quick. That was not the business. But you'll go ahead and recover some health. It does come back. You can use this an unlimited amount of times in Dominion. It does have a cooldown, which makes it impossible to be like a cheesy perk. I mean, feat. Like back then you used to have 3 charges, so you can use it 3 times and then it will cool down and you can use it 3 times again. But they changed the way that works, which I am grateful for. But I'm still happy you're still able to use it throughout the whole battle. But again, it's more about capturing zone, being a team player in Dominion. Use Proto Mortis, Control B, Hot Bomb people that are getting ganked on your team so that they no longer get ganked. It is so crazy how this fly is really trying to, this mosquito is really trying to bite me right now. Sorry, guys. So, on the 4th feat, we got Igneous Ember, and I use that over Catapult and Regenerate. The reason why I use that over Catapult is because Catapult is a one-time deal. It takes a hell of a long time to come back from the cooldown. And since they nerfed it, the players are not only allowed to hear and see the radius of where the catapult's going to land, which it also takes a 5-second delay before it actually lands, which gives the opponents more than enough time to move out the way. Now, since they've done this, I really wish that, they allowed the opponents to hear that the catapult was coming, but they should not allow the opponents to see where it's about to land. Your allies and yourself should be the only ones allowed to see where the catapult's about to land. They need to take that away from the opposing player's team to make Catapult, in my opinion, be effective and useful again in this game. For till then, I am not using it. Now, Regenerate is nice. You could walk around. You could literally walk around B or any zone or in front of a player. As long as you're not in combat stance, you will regenerate health over time. Now, you already have zones where you can recover health, so I don't see the point in having this skill placed over any other skill that you can use that is going to be used for in Dominion to regenerate your health. Now, Igneous Ember, or however you pronounce that, several grenades that deal moderate damage over an area. It's kind of like you're having an additional Proto Mortis, but this one does a little bit more damage than your 3rd feat grenade. You do get 4 of them, but once you use all 4 of them, this feat does not have a cooldown to come back. Once you use all the charges, that is it for this feat. But half the time, the minion matches don't last that long, so you're able to use these 4 grenades pretty often and frequently and in the right amount of time for the match to end. Use it for B, use it to anti-gank players, etc. It is an awesome feat. It's good to have a bombarder type of build for the Lawbringer. Also, being able to boost and have longer boosts from whatever boost you get from your teammates. And also being able to take some more damage from deflecting. This is my Lu Bu. He literally is going to walk around the field with Feline Agility, being everywhere he needs to be, rushing into the battle, taking it down. And also, his Musou, when he roars, he kind of does a shockwave. That's what the grenades remind me of. But yeah, that's it for the Lawbringer. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.